Hi everyone, my name is Angela, and today I'm here with the Richter Center ambassadors to give you some tips to kickstart your summer of service. Today, I'll be talking a little bit about who we are and what we do here at the Richter Center. Then, I'll give some information as to where you can look for opportunities to volunteer. Mark is going to give us some tips on how to balance school and service, and will give us an overview of the differences between in-person and online opportunities. Haley is going to talk about contacting agencies and how to let them know you're interested in volunteering with them. And finally, Sangera will finish off with some tips about how you can find the correct opportunities based on your skills and personalities. So we are the Jan and Bud Richter Center for Community Engagement and Service Learning, and our job is organizing and coordinating the university's service events and learning efforts. As student ambassadors, we help to promote the culture of service on the Fresno State campus. So we plan and organize a variety of events, such as Leadership Academy, one-day service events, alternative spring breaks, service learning courses, on-campus blood drives, and the LIFT conference, and much more. Now I want to talk about some places you can look for volunteer and service opportunities. One thing to keep in mind is that there are so many different agencies. Each agency will offer a unique service experience, and they may have various places or activities to help with. Make sure to check them out and see what they do and where they are located if you are interested. To find various agencies' websites and contact information, make sure to check out our Community Service Opportunities Fair website, where all this information will be listed below for you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mark, and I'll be briefly talking about how we should manage uh, time balancing school and service, right? Studying for classes, doing extracurriculars, doing your homework, and balancing the time you dedicate to service. That's one of the most obvious concerns, time management. So, here are some tips and recommendations that I have for balancing school and service. Having the prudence to plan out your schedule is key, and looking at what classes to enroll in based on those times that you have available also accompanies that prudence. So while creating your schedule, I recommend allocating a particular day or even some days of the week for your service. Like, for example, I volunteer on Mondays for about 4 hours, and that gives me time throughout the week to focus on my other extracurriculars and to study. And we also have weekly meetings too. And lastly, I also highly recommend choosing an agency that you have passion for or one that you really find a lot of meaning in, something that's very important to you. So that's really important when you dedicate yourself to service. Don't just think of it as something you need to finish and check off on your resume or something and get it over with. You want to really do something that has a lot of personal value to you and something that you can really reflect on and take a lot of um, significance out of. And that goes along with time management too.
Okay, hi everybody. My name's Haley. And so the next logical question here is how can you reach out to agencies and let them know that you're interested in volunteering with them? And the main tip that I would give you is to make sure you're doing your research. So look on the agency's website and see if you can find a phone number or an email address for their volunteer department. And then, depending on what you've found, you can either send an email or make a phone call. And as you can see on the slide, this is the kind of template that you would follow. So you would say something along the lines of, hello, my name is blank. So I would say, my name is Haley, and I am a student at Fresno State. I am interested in volunteering with your organization. I've researched a few of the opportunities you have to get involved. I am particularly interested in blank, or something along the lines of, I am interested in your organization because blank. And how can I apply? What is your application process? So you really want to make sure you're showing the organization that you're interested in their opportunities. So make sure you do a little bit of research to see what they have available. And make sure the agency realizes why you're interested in them. You want to make sure that they are more prone to be replying back to you, to be taking consideration of your application if you show them that you're really interested in them. Um, and as you can see, there's a little pro tip there that if you're contacting the volunteer department of the organization, you're going to be finding some more relevant information more quickly. But don't be discouraged if you can't find information for the volunteer department. You can always just go ahead and call the organization and let them know that you're still interested. And that's just a really quick kind of way to reach out to the agencies to let them know that you're interested in volunteering with them and just to get started.
So now let's talk about virtual and in-person experiences. Here is some information comparing online and in-person opportunities and tips about maximizing your service experience. Online service opportunities can be effective for those who wish to remain socially distanced. However, it may be hard to connect with the active service as opposed to an in-person activity. Doing something you find meaningful goes a long way. For example, I enjoy tutoring others, and that's what led me to become a tutor for children and help them with their online Zoom classes. Keep in mind that due to COVID 19, folks might feel safer by engaging digitally, and that's okay. Those opportunities exist and can be just as meaningful. If choosing to participate in person, be sure to check with the agency on the safety protocols and social distancing guidelines they have.
So how can you find the correct service opportunities based on your skills and specialties? We recommend finding an agency whose mission aligns with your own interests, passions, as well as your course of study and personal goals. Ask yourself, are there any common volunteer opportunities in your field of study? Are there any social issues that are important to you? And if so, are there any organizations that work with the specific social issues? Have you been helped by an organization when you were younger, and how did they impact you? Make sure to explore and research your options. When searching for opportunities, always visit the website of the organization to see what they're looking for. Contact the organization if you have any questions at all. Thank you.
Thank you for listening, everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us or explore our website. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and we are looking forward to seeing you engage in your summer of service.